Good afternoon, Marianne. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I'm really excited to learn more about your professional journey into the industry, your insights, and especially your involvement with RREF at Henley Business School, University of Reading. So, to start things off, can you share some more insights into your background, your career journey, and particularly how you became involved in the real estate industry?
Well, at the moment now, I'm deputy fund manager of a large pan-European open fund called Encore Place at LaSalle, part of the JLL group, and I'm based in Paris. But my story did not start in Paris. After school, I went to Durham, studied business economics, geography, which was an add-on because economics didn't suit me in the end. It's quite a weird story, actually. I found a careers magazine and I was just flicking through the pages of each career, accountant, doctor, lawyer, and surveyor was in the magazine. I never heard of it. And there was a little box in the corner that said what you have to like. So it was like maths, socializing, logic, built environment. And I was like, wow, I don't need to be a banker. I can be a surveyor and I can still have some fun as well and do what I enjoy doing. So that is where I discovered real estate. And in that magazine, it said what universities, and Reading was one of them. So I went on and did my master's at Reading, and I think there were about 50 of us, and I was probably in the minority in not having a family member in real estate already. I didn't know anything about real estate before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was quite an insightful moment to realise that I'd entered an industry that was actually quite closed. So that's where I started. And then after that, I got on the milk round and the grad schemes. And I started at LaSalle and Jones Lang and then went over to Paris, and the rest is history. I'm still there. As part of getting into Reading, I received a scholarship from RREF. So that supported me in moving to Reading, doing the course for the year. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I love the industry. It's exactly what the magazine said.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, that's brilliant to hear. Following on from what you said that you didn't have any family members who were in that industry, did you find it quite difficult? Were there any challenges you faced, maybe, going without any prior knowledge?
Getting work experience and insight into the industry was tricky. So you had to rely on friends or friends of friends rather than dad or mom. I think that's kind of why I've given back to the RREF now. And also I'm doing quite a lot of work with Henley. The Henley finance course does a field trip to Paris. So when they come to Paris, we present to them and show a building. Mm-hmm. And so it's another way to give back to mm-hmm. what the university that gave me my career as well. So.
Oh, brilliant. I'm thinking, so obviously talking about your career journey, do you have any messages for students who are entering the industry, anything for them, advice, for example?
Advice, be open-minded, and mm-hmm. it's fine to be different and have a different background or a different perspective on things. The industry has changed a lot since I started, when there was very much a standard type of person that went in. Now there's the whole range of people that are brilliant at finance, people that are brilliant at sales. It's a lot more open, and just be yourself and leverage on your strengths. I think that's brilliant. the best mm-hmm. Career advice I've ever had.
Could you tell me a little bit more about your current role now, how the difference from where you are now to where you started, like how's it going?
Not so young and naive as I was when I started. No, my role now, what's great about real estate is the variety, as I mentioned earlier, the variety of roles there are in the industry. And I work as a fund manager, and that's really a generalist role. And so all my experience that I've built up over the years, working in asset management in London and valuations, all those general experiences are really supported where I am now, and having that global view. And I've also got the chance now as well to spend time nurturing young talent. So that's not just within my team, but also bringing in interns from outside for the summer and like presenting to classes, informing people that might not hear about the industry, telling them about real estate. I never had a careers talk on real estate until I was doing a real estate course. So trying to catch people early to join the industry.
It's lovely to hear that, because that's very similar to what we aim to do. So to see that our, those values are quite connected, it's really nice to hear. Brilliant. So are there any maybe certain skills that you think you've gained from, being a student here? How has the support provided by REF influenced your path and development?
Skills from Reading. I think being on the course in Reading, it's grown over the years, but certainly when I was there, it was a very close-knit course, and the lecturers and the course leaders really nurtured the team in the class. It was like a team rather than a competition or a school class. We all worked together to make the best for everyone, and that definitely has transferred into my work career. So teamwork and being authentic when you
yeah.
But we had a really good class. Some of the lectures that I remember the most from 2004, so like 20 years ago, were when industry leaders came into the university and talked about their jobs and roles and stories about the industry. And they have stuck with me even more so than the legal and maths and economics that I learned. And that giving in terms of lectures and sharing networks and ideas is just as important.
Yeah, we're very fortunate that we're still doing that now, and we're still, like I said, we have our evening lectures that we offer, and we have, like you said, like industry leaders coming in and providing. I think it's like you've said, it's one thing having those skills and knowledge from the classroom, but to have someone coming in with that experience, providing those really specific insights into the industry is super important. And we're so glad that we can provide students with that still. And I'm happy to know that it's stuck with you still as well.
It's astonishing. I'll tell you one other anecdote that, sorry, I just remembered it now. When I went to Reading, we did our field trip to Spain, and it was fun, and we learned a lot for a project. And what I didn't realize is, even when you're doing fun project work for university or a study, that can apply later on 10, 15 years down the line, where in my job, I was looking at buildings in Spain, and I was like, these are the buildings I visited on my field trip.
Wow.
And I was like, I actually had some knowledge that I thought I would never use again. That does apply to career, little things like that. Things early on in your career where you thought it was, I just took minutes for this meeting and it wasn't important, but you realize you learned so much in taking those minutes, and
you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, and
wow,
actually it's all connected, and it's all
it's great to see everybody's career progress from my alumni as well.
Yeah,
actually it's gone global.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, because we're quite big on the alumni community. Are you still in contact with your colleagues that
every
you
now
are?
and then? There's quite a few in the UK. Every now and then I they want to come to Paris, or I'll bump into them at an event, or a few of them are agents, so touting their wares to the fund managers. But the alumni went across the world to Asia. I'm on the continent. I live in Paris, and still quite a few in the UK. And then some people left the industry altogether after a while. But
yeah, it's really. because I haven't, been involved in real estate. Like I said, I'm a psychology student, so real estate was very, very new to me. So coming in here and, as you've mentioned, seeing how big of a network it is and it is a global, thing, it's really, really cool to see actually. So why have you chosen to support REF as a donor?
So I believe in always paying forward the favour. So I received a scholarship back in 2005 and realised it had been too long since I had paid that back. So that's why I've supporting RREF, because I believe in the cause as well, and supporting young talent in the industry, bringing in talent that might not easily find their feet in the
Definitely.
industry as well.
Hmm.
So that it was pretty obvious to me that I had to give back what I received, and and luckily LaSalle, also my employer, matched some of that too.
Absolutely. So for your wish to give back and support another student's educational journey into the industry, it's really appreciated, and it's really inspiring, and I can't thank you enough, everyone at REF, and also the LaSalle team as well. Our thanks to them. It's really, really appreciated, and every donation, no matter the size, makes a massive impact. So yeah, I wanted to thank you again for that. So talking about obviously your support and your generosity, what broader impact maybe do you envision your contributions having on current and maybe future REF beneficiaries?
I would love it if what I gave goes towards creating more diversity in the industry, and especially social diversity.
Yeah.
Me personally, but also with my employer LaSalle, there's a proactive move towards creating a culture of inclusivity and diversity. And what I've seen in my role is that the more diverse a team is, the more successful it is and the happier it is.
Yes.
So hopefully the gift will help the industry grow, and the industry needs it as well. So talent comes from the young, and us oldies might have experience, but there's always more to learn, and that can come from new talent.
Absolutely. I can't agree more. I really can't. So leading on then to my last question, which is, what is your message to fellow leaders in the industry and individuals to encourage them to support REF?
My message to other real estate leaders, people in the industry, to REF, is that success is not about oneself, like your hard work, discipline, passion. That helps, but it's also about building a team or a business around young talent, and giving not just financially but also time, networking, leveraging on connections will improve the industry and how it can grow and move forward. So I think there's a lot of things we can do to support real estate and new talent.
Absolutely. And it's brilliant to have you on board and supporting us in our mission to do pretty much just that you've mentioned. And I think, like you said, it's very important to support now this younger generation, because they are going to be the next leaders of the next professionals of the industry. So to provide them with as much support as we can is very, very important. And like you've said as well, to increase diversity and inclusion in the industry is, something that is really, really a priority for us. And I know it's important for many people. So thank you so much again for taking the time to speak with me. It's been wonderful to hear your insights and your background and professional journey into the industry and your thoughts. And also, I really hope that this conversation motivates others to do what you have done, which is something that we can't thank you enough. So Thank you very much again for your time. It was lovely to speak
It's
to
a
you.
pleasure
Thank
to
you.
talk to you.
Thank you.